I knew something was wrong the moment I stepped into the office that morning, not because anyone said anything. Quite the opposite, actually. The silence hit me like a slap. Not the peaceful kind of silence that lets you concentrate, but the kind that hums, tense and artificial, like someone just paused the world mid-breath. No good morning, no eye contact, no casual chatter. Just heads buried in monitors and shoulders shifting uncomfortably as I passed. I'd just closed one of the biggest client contracts of the quarter, $22 million in renewable energy investment. A month ago, I was being toasted at the Friday happy hour. Now people acted like I was radioactive. Something had shifted, and whatever it was, it had my name on it. It began quietly. A message from compliance pinged in my inbox. Lily, please review the document you uploaded. There were missing attachments. Again. I stared at the email, blinking. I never missed attachments. I triple-checked my submissions like a ritual. When I opened the document they were referencing, my stomach twisted. That wasn't my file. Formatting was wrong, columns mislabeled, the projections riddled with errors. But my name was on it. Someone had swapped out my original and submitted this disaster under my credentials. I felt my hands tremble as I clicked through the audit trail. The metadata had been scrubbed. Who would do something like this? And then I remembered the smirk, just a flicker, from Ryan Abrams. Ryan was the kind of guy who made mediocrity look like charm. Polished shirts, a bright smile, and always one story too many about his Ivy League past. People liked him, but I saw through it. He talked over women in meetings, claimed credit in slippery ways, and ever since I got promoted to senior strategist before he did, he'd been colder. Subtle but sharp. I started to document everything. Every file, every timestamp, every draft. I printed backup hard copies. I used my personal phone to record my screen as I uploaded documents. I didn't care if it made me paranoid. I knew what I felt in my gut. Someone was framing me. It escalated fast. A week later, one of our biggest clients called, angry. We never received the revised forecast, they said. I knew I'd sent it. I pulled up the email. The attachment was there, but it was the old version, the one with the preliminary, outdated data. I checked the sent folder. It had been tampered with. And 3 days later, Ryan's name showed up on the account as co-lead consultant. That wasn't coincidence. That was conquest. I went to Susan, my mentor, the one who used to praise my attention to detail and trusted me with her toughest accounts. She looked tired, guarded. Lily. People are starting to talk. What people? I don't know what's going on, but whatever it is, it's making leadership nervous. I'm being sabotaged, Susan, she sighed. That's a serious accusation. I have proof, but I didn't. Not yet, only instincts. And instincts don't print well in quarterly reviews. Then came the humiliation, a Monday morning meeting, full staff. Ryan was presenting a quarterly performance audit. He clicked through the slides like a game show host until he reached one that made my blood run cold. Slide 14, Costly Oversights, Q1 Forecasting Errors. My name, my photo, and a spreadsheet, marked with red circles, flashing on the screen like an executioner's torch. Unfortunately, Ryan said with faux regret, Lily's miscalculations delayed deliverables for 3 clients. We've since corrected these errors internally. I stood up. That's not my spreadsheet. I didn't submit that. The room went quiet. No one looked at me. Ryan didn't even flinch. He just clicked to the next slide like I didn't exist. I walked out. I had to. I couldn't breathe. That night, I didn't cry. I didn't scream. I did something better. I stayed in the office till midnight and downloaded everything I could find. Old logs, revision histories, meeting notes, VPN login timestamps. I found inconsistencies, documents edited when I wasn't even logged into the system. Files uploaded with my name on them but from IP addresses that didn't match mine. He was clever, but not careful. And I wasn't the same woman I was 3 weeks ago. I was preparing for war. The next morning, I went to the top, Mr. Cole, the CEO. The man who only came out of his glass office when blood was in the water. I handed him a folder. Digital backups. A USB. This is bigger than a mistake, I said. Someone is manipulating files and targeting me. He didn't blink. Who? Ryan Abrams. He looked at the USB like it weighed 1,000 pounds. Say nothing, he told me. We'll handle this internally. His voice was calm, too calm. I left his office with my heart in my throat. 2 weeks of silence followed. No one called me. No updates. Just cold stares and whispering behind hands. It felt like a funeral. Mine. And then, Friday, everything changed. An all-staff meeting was called. No agenda. I walked into the boardroom with a chest full of stone. Ryan sat at the end of the table, arms folded, still smiling. Cole entered last. We've completed a thorough audit, he said, of documents, emails, and internal systems. He clicked the remote. The screen lit up. Side-by-side comparisons, timestamp trails, Slack messages recovered from deletion, fake domains traced back to Ryan's VPN. Ryan Abrams, Cole said, you manipulated company systems, falsified records, and intentionally undermined a colleague. You are suspended pending legal review. Gasps. Silence. Ryan tried to speak. She set me up. But no one believed him anymore. He left. The room with nothing but his coat. I didn't smile. I didn't flinch. I just breathed. For the first time in weeks, I could finally breathe. Cole approached me quietly afterward. You handled yourself with restraint, that says a lot. Then he offered me something unexpected. A promotion. Director of Strategy. More. Money. More power. The title Ryan wanted. I said I'd think about it, because I didn't do this for revenge. I did it to survive. In the weeks that followed, people came to me, quietly, privately, to apologize. To thank me. To admit they were afraid to stand beside me when things turned. I didn't hold it against them. Fear makes cowards of us all. I met Susan for lunch one afternoon. She looked heavier, regretful. You were right, she said. I should have listened. I nodded. We all saw what we were supposed to see. She blinked. What do you mean? I mean, he was good at this. He knew the system. He exploited silence. She looked down at her plate. Are you going to take the promotion? Maybe, I said, but not for the title. The day I moved into my new office, I brought nothing fancy. No trophies, no awards. Just one photo of my mother, the woman who told me years ago, don't raise your voice, raise your value. Ryan raised his voice. I raised the data. I didn't. Fight him with noise, I fought with truth, and the truth didn't need to shout.